Yes.
Is there such a thing as an engineering style?
Of doing what?
Like, for example, let me use an example.
Yes.
As a salesperson or a sales agent, there's a style that you use, and that's like your technique.
Yes.
So in engineering, is there a technique? Is there a style? Is there something that is specific for you?
I think engineers are one of the people who are so honest that they will break your heart but
Even before.
while telling you the truth.
Yeah.
We normally shoot directly to the hip. I mean, we don't have a lot of stories. For our style, mostly as engineers, is that if this thing is working, we tell you it's working.
It's working.
If it is not working, we tell you it's not working.
Okay.
We are normally that brief.
Okay.
Yes.
So in that case, I'm thinking there's not much of a style, but honesty is the technique.
It's just honesty.
Wow, that's actually very beautiful.
Yes.
And what would you say has been the most challenging thing about being an engineer in general? Not specifically to Barre Homes, but generally.
The biggest challenge about being the engineer, normally we are the backbone.
Yes.
We are normally the backbone. Not so many people get to see us.
True.
Most people see
the
beauty and all the once
and the final products.
Yes, the final products and all that. So there's so much that goes into the implementation of the project that most people are not aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah, an engineer is someone who can be sleeping and you hear something has happened within your vicinity, your sleep just goes immediately.
And it's gone.
For us, there's no room for error.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no room
because
for error.
Once you mess up,
our
business is in trouble.
A lot of things. Yeah, so we have to really check and counter check.
Yes.
Yes. By the time we're implementing something, it is something that has been seen nearly 10 times.
It is fine-tuned.
Yes, it is fine-tuned. The other challenge we've been having as engineers is on the issue of cost. You see, we are the first line of professionals that interacts with the client.
Yes.
Or rather, the client will start actually spending on the engineering items.
Yes.
So he will start the foundation, he will start with now the frame structure and all that. And they are heavy capital intensive. So they need a lot of money at once. It is, you see, for instance, like doors, you can say, let me buy 10 doors, then I'll buy another.
Another after.
But for a structure, if it is that level, you just have to buy everything.
At once.
At once.
That's a lot of bulk.
It's a lot of money, you can understand, and with the prices going up, another challenge you're always getting is we are always being told to see whether we can try. But science is science. Once he tells you that you can go so far, you can only go so far.
Yes. You cannot push the limits when it comes to such
so
things.
At times it's hard to break the client's heart in that
but
line.
You have to.
We have to tell them the truth, unfortunately. Yes. So that has always been a very difficult thing on my side.
Yes.
To explain, but we normally tell them that we cannot pass this way. You're going this high.
Because if you don't tell them the truth, it comes back to you.
It will come. They'll say you lie to them, but we are not liars.
Now, let me allow you to toot your horn a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
A little birdie somewhere told me that you've done big projects. Kindly just give me one name of a big project that you've done. Bigger than Barre Homes.
I will not say that I have done.
You have been involved.
Normally, engineering, you are a battery of engineers.
It's a team.
It is always teamwork.
Okay.
It is always teamwork. Because there is knowledge that you have. There's other knowledge that other engineers, we have our seniors.
Yes.
Yes. So the big projects which we have done, actually, I've done them with Otieno Dongo and Partners, consulting engineers.
I've heard of them.
Yes. We are a big company. We've done infrastructure projects. The one which is ongoing now, which is quite big, is the Baricho Bridge. We were also involved in the initial design of the expressway.
Oh, wow.
Though it was also changed. When they had to award the tender, now it had to be design build. But the initial laying out and all that, it was done by Otieno Dongo and Partners. We were involved in that. The creme de la creme, which I will say on my part through Otieno Dongo and Partners, of course, was the
He's about to say something important.
That's just the JKI International Airport. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
For the new buildings, we were the designers. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually
so we've done
cool.
quite a. We are not only restricted to buildings. We are also in other infrastructural projects like dams, like Chemususu Dam. We've done Chemususu Dam.
Where is Chemususu?
Chemususu is in Nakuru County.
Okay.
I think that is a dam which is going to supply most of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Other projects in down south. Swaziland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, we work with international people, guys. We work with international people.
Yeah.
And while he mentioned the expressway, just let me remind you, for those of us who have not been there, our apartments overlook the expressway. It's a beautiful site.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, would you advise anyone to take on your career path? What would you say to young
at
people?
First, you see, the name is prestigious, to be referred to that name. Yes,
Mr. Engineer.
You must put in a lot of work.
Yes.
You must put in a lot of work. You must have passion for it. You must always be ready to wake up at 3 a.m. For us, like design is opium. I stay like a week without doing any design. I feel sick. So it is something which is in us. We are engineers solve most problems in the society.
You left me at waking up at 3 a.m.
Yes.
to be honest. Hapo ndio uliniacha kabisa.
Yeah, we solve most problems. Wherever a road passes, development follows. So that's why you find engineers. Whenever you're looking at a power transmission line, those are engineers. Whenever you're looking at even marine structures, the ports and all that, those are engineers.
So it's very tasking.
So it is tasking. And it is refreshing also. Once you pass through a new road, which you are involved in the construction, and you see the centers which are coming up, you see electricity is there. Satisfaction is there.
It's heartwarming.
Yes, more than the money. Just seeing what you've done.
But the money, though.
Yes.
The money, especially. But anyway.
Yes.
Because we are human.
Yes.
And we are prone to error.
Yes.
We definitely hope there are no errors on your part, especially on the engineering part. But in case there is a mistake, how exactly do you go about correcting the mistake after you have noticed it?
For us, we have no room for error. You can only err in the initial stage. We normally call it initial design.
Yes.
And that is why we normally recommend that once you've done your design, you always give it to a colleague to counter check. Most probably you might have overlooked something or you might have done something differently. They can always bring in a new angle to it. So it is at that stage, should you have had at least, that's why I'm saying you cannot be one engineer doing all this.
You cannot. It requires a team.
Yes, it is teamwork. So normally you have to share your design.
Yes.
And people make comments on them, and you make, at the end of the day, you make your final decision. Yes, but once you move to site, there is no error on your part that is expected.
Yes.
Of course, there are challenges on site which will come because either of weather challenges, of other things, which then, of course, you'll have to solve them as you go by.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
But in short, there is no room for error.
You don't have any room for error.
Let me just say, I'm very confident now that we are actually doing something, that will stand and last.
Yeah, you don't have any room for error.
Oh, wow.